win this time. Lachlan Murdoch, the CEO of Fox Corporation, has the green flag in hand. 20 rows deep. Fords, Chevys, Toyota in two long freight trains as they come to the flag. We'll see how they sort out as they begin stage 1 of 3.
Whole crowd, packed house, on their feet. Love it.
And the 64th Daytona 500 is underway.
Don't get out too far here. You're doing good. Still one back in line with you. Still one back, 48, one back, off him to 6. The top lane still about 5 back up top. Just coming to your outside here. Outside gonna side drive. You still have the 48 lined up behind you. Still out there.
That's Tyler Munn. He is the spotter for pole sitter Kyle Larson, who will not lead the first lap of this 500. Brad Keselowski picks up right where he left off in the 150 Thursday night.
And it's company right behind him that I see, just like what you talked about in the 150 dual races, the Fords. The Fords were fast. The Fords were a family in this race, and I think that's what you're going to see a lot of today. A lot of communication, a lot of cooperation within those manufacturers. How crazy is that? See Brad's old car pushing the new car, the new Brad. The old Brad's pushing the new Brad, boys.
Brad Keselowski drove for Roger Penske last season in the number 2. Xfinity champ Austin Cindric has been elevated by Team Penske to fill that seat as Keselowski goes over to become a partner in what is now Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing.
I think this is a theme we're going to see all day today. You're going to see cars of the same manufacturer grouped together. Doesn't necessarily have to be of their own team. It doesn't have to be teammates, but they're going to stay with their own manufacturer.
You also see this outside line really forming, getting that big chain going, and I already saw Ryan Blaney move up to see several cars. Hey, spotter, you heard him. Get me up there. Get me up there. Find me a hole, because this bottom line is shrinking fast.
This is something we've seen a lot. As soon as guys start to the top, it is a bigger sense of urgency to get to the top than it is to actually get to the bottom.
Well, it'll take teamwork. All right, so those guys all line up on the outside. How can a bottom line get going? Talked about it when they at the green flag. You got to find your allies, got to find your teammates, your manufacturers, all them boys, stack them up, work together, and push hard.
4 Fords at the front. Kyle Busch got up into line and brought Christopher Bell, Martin Truex with him, along with Kurt Busch and Bubba Wallace, the first Chevrolet Stenhouse in 10th. This is Daniel Suarez from our Fox Visor Cam. Told me this morning he's got a good car and he plans to be a little aggressive with it.
He certainly was there, and what I thought I saw right there, that's an accordion. It's stacked up, getting in the corner. He just didn't quite see it, hit him a little bit harder than he even expected. You heard him have to get clear out of the gas.
Yeah, that's not as aggressive as they want to be on lap 3 or lap 2. They've got a long day. They've got to learn a lot today, and that's the biggest word that we've talked about all morning, and what we're going to talk about all day. These guys, this is the first time they've been in a pack that's this big, so they're all trying to figure out, A, what's their balance feel like? It's sunny, you got bluebird skies today. It's the first time that they've been in a pack this big, so finding out what these cars are actually going to drive like. These guys are all going to school and going to class right now.
Stage 1, 65 laps, and it will include at least one pit stop.
Whoa, hold on to it, Harrison Burton. You see that inside line really pushing hard, getting a big push by Chase Elliott. There it is right there. You can see them take off from from Daniel Suarez here. Tootsie's, baby. Best bar in the town. Love that car.
Rush hour at 187 miles an hour. Rookie Harrison Burton leading that group on the low side, watching car after car go by on the top. That's got to be tough.
I can promise you, he's not worried about those cars on the top right now. He's sitting there focused on that 9 car that's trying to get him and get that line on the bottom moving.
And that's full contact right there. Heck of a bump draft by Chase Elliott. That's probably the longest all week long that I've seen somebody be able to push. So you know that 9 car is very strong.
And it moved the 21 up 2 spots on the inside. And now drifting a little back again.
But that's what it's going to take. You see that long line on the outside, you're going to have to do something. Now you got Ryan Blaney dipped down there in front of Harrison Burton. Again, formulating that line, finding your allies.
I think that's Bubba Wallace dropped down just in front of them, trying to get something going on the bottom here, led by Kyle Busch.
That really broke that top line up right there. Huge, huge gap.
Took about 6 links out of the chain, looked to me like.
Yeah, it did.
Kyle Busch powers up to 3rd with help from his teammate Christopher Bell. A lot of energy on that inside line now with all those Toyotas, 5 of them in a row.
And I was surprised to see the top 2, to see Keselowski and Cindric on the outside not get down.
Yeah.
That shows you how important that manufacturer play is going to be.
All the energy came right out of that outside line. It's now the cars in the low lane that are out front. Let's go to pit road and check with Jamie Little.
Bubba Wallace in the 23, one of those cars that was on the high line. He's been organizing, been listening to his radio, trying to get all the Toyotas together. And as soon as they got 5 of the 6 together, they dropped to that bottom line. Remember, Bubba almost won this race a few years ago. He won at Talladega. People trust him. They're going to go where Bubba goes right now.
Looking back from his teammate Kurt Busch on that last shot. The Fords up top. RFK, Penske, RFK. And front row all lined up.
Really haven't seen the Toyotas all week long, and then here it is, the Daytona 500, Kyle Busch and company, Martin Truex right there pushing him.
You never do you, Tony? I mean, the Fords make a lot of noise. The Chevys qualify fastest. The Fords race best on Thursday. Where are the Toyotas? And come Sunday, oh, there they are right up front.
Yeah, they have a real bad habit of doing that on race day. But, you know, that is traditionally, you hit the nail on the head. You always see the Chevys qualify up front. You always see the Fords run together. But it's really hard. It's hard to predict because you never seem to get enough of the Toyotas together in the qualifying races to see them get that energy going. So now you got the entire field there. You got all the Toyotas that are working together, making a move.
Dead even for the lead as they come to the line for lap 9. Give that one to Keselowski. Vince Welch.
Well, and the top spot is the best spot. It's the one that you control, so that's where Brad Keselowski is, and he loves it. Remember, Keselowski's a Cup champion, has 35 career wins, but no Daytona 500 trophy. That in itself should be enough motivation for today, but as you mentioned earlier, Mike, he's part owner of his race team now. And remember, he lost his dad back in December, so a lot of different emotions for Keselowski. And Mike, that Harley J. Earl trophy, it represents much more than just a race win for Brad today.
Absolutely. They're lapping past Daniel Hemrick, who due to an inspection failure had to do a pass-through penalty on pit road after the green flag wave, so he goes 1 lap down. Keselowski, Cindric, Buescher are the Fords.